So good evening everyone, my name is Kim Farrand and I'd like to welcome you all to What Men Really Think About. I'm very excited tonight about our topic, which is what men really think about love. So we have three extraordinary guests for you this evening. Tim Rogers, Barry Hurd and Harry O'Brien.
You love yourself. Whether on the verdant playing fields of this nation's unheralded learning institutions or strolling insouciantly through their passages of bitumen, you love yourself. It was a taunt, was fierce and damning, and yet, as a put-down, opaque enough to negate any attempt at retaliation.
You grow up as a little child being taught to love and care, and then suddenly I'm playing a sport where I'm taught to hurt, and then suddenly I'm in an army where I'm told I'm a good man for killing someone. I wish someone would write the right script for growing up as a man, a decent human being.
I'd received a call from my mother. She began to share with me her recent discovery of my father's financial transgressions, which had left my family completely vulnerable. My immediate emotional reactions were those of anger, fear and sorrow. I decided to act from these emotions with a phone call to my father. "Dad, what the hell's going on? What have you done?" There was silence. "Well, be a man and fucking answer me." He replied by saying, I can't. I won't tell you the extent of it all, but I fucked up."
We were told where to have safe sex and not get a load, but then we were told where not to go. It was a map had red on it, and then the other one for entertainment, we could go and watch live sex, and that included with animals. And that's the end of welcome to Hong Kong, you know. I was rotten drunk for 3 days. I was stunned when I counted the amount of empty whiskey bottles in the room. And it wasn't until I actually sobered up a little bit I realised I'd actually had sex. And that's when I wanted to vomit, when I saw the condoms all over the floor.
My mum recently reminded me of a conversation we had at 16. It was the first time I'd broken down in tears in front of her since she sliced my ear in a haircutting tragedy. I told her that my grandma had taken me aside at 10 and rather sternly told me that everything I had gotten and will get in my life came easy. That I was physically lithe and unfairly able compared to my older brother, who was not so nimble but nonetheless intelligent and witty. It appears at times as if I've undermined any good fortune I've been afforded for the shame of getting things too easy. Friendships, romantic relationships have all been scuppered because of some nagging voice in my head that I don't deserve it. I don't deserve the love of someone else.
It's very confusing when you're not very articulate, and then to top it all off, the army tells you you're a very good man, and you're very upstanding, and you've done your country very proud, and that still goes on. Well, what joy surely is there in paying a woman money and then jumping on her, you know, compared to love and affection and sincerity and all those beautiful words.
My father answered the phone, still evidently affected by the last phone call. That is when I told him immediately that I love him. I could hear him sobbing whilst I struggled to articulate these words in the midst of extreme emotion. "Dad, despite the mistakes you have made, I will always love you with all my heart. I'm so sorry. I love you so much." He replied with, "I love you too. I'm so sorry for everything. I love you." That was the last time I ever spoke to my father. The next day he ended his life. The police found his body a week later.
I marry, that was hard work. I work, I study, I run, I work harder than anyone else I know. I pass exams with honours. Children, another home, always moving. My wife is the sole supporter of this sad family. I offer no love, I can't. I've been there, done that. It hurts too much to lose one you love, a mate. Hence, your spirit never lets you show love again. It's not worth the risk.
My romantic life has been quite short simply because I'm 24 years of age, so these guys could teach me a thing or two, I'm sure. They already told me a bit out the back, so I can't wait to get home and try those moves out. Actually, I found it quite confrontational because I felt guilty in a way because the two relationships that I've had, I haven't been able to give all of myself because I haven't yet confronted all of myself. And until I've confronted all of those demons and are able and prepared to share them with someone else, I don't think I'm quite fit for that romantic love or to be able to give myself to everyone.
Why not fit? What might they see?
Well, I believe that if you wish to engage in that love with someone else, you should be completely transparent so you both can evolve together, and I think that would save a lot of stress in the future.
Post-divorce, and just recently being told by someone I love absolutely dearly that they have found it impossible to love somebody that hates themselves so much, has necessitated me to consider where did the affectation of self-denouement end and the real internal negation begin. Is it possible to love when you're catatonically self-conscious? In all my bluff and bluster about expressing love to those dear to you, is it just a performance in search of another audience?
My whole life I've been judged for things that what I call lie on the surface of life. You know, whether it be my skin colour, whether it be where I was born. Now my occupation. A lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're a footballer," but I'm not. I'm just a human being. And when you strip away or transcend all of those layers, I'm just like you. And so once you define yourself, you actually limit yourself. And I choose not to define myself with anything apart from I am love.
Whoa!